Have you ever wondered why some people remain active, independent, and full of energy well into their 80s or even their 90s, while others begin facing one health problem after another much earlier? What if part of the answer isn't hidden in your genes, expensive supplements, or complicated diets? What if it's something so ordinary that most of us never give it a second thought? Every day, we follow the same routine. We shower, brush our teeth, wash our hands, and move on with our day believing we're taking good care of ourselves. But over the years, certain small habits can quietly be overlooked. And surprisingly, those overlooked habits may affect your health more than you realize. Today, we're going to talk about 5 parts of the body that many older adults either don't clean thoroughly or simply don't pay much attention to anymore. They may seem insignificant, but these areas can become places where bacteria, irritation, and inflammation quietly build up over time. When that happens, the effects may go far beyond feeling less fresh. Poor hygiene in these often forgotten areas has been associated with a greater risk of infections, added strain on the immune system, complications for people living with diabetes, and in some cases may even contribute to conditions linked with heart and brain health. The encouraging news is that none of this requires an expensive product or a complicated daily routine. In fact, each of these habits takes only a few extra minutes, yet together they may help you feel cleaner, more comfortable, and better prepared to protect your health as you grow older. I didn't always think these small details mattered either. That changed after a conversation with a geriatric specialist who had spent decades caring for older adults. What they explained made me realize that some of the simplest daily habits are often the ones we underestimate the most. In this video, I'll walk you through all 5 overlooked areas, explain why they matter, and share easy, practical ways to care for them safely at home. Be sure to stay with me until the end, because one of the last body parts on today's list is overlooked by almost everyone. Yet giving it just a little more attention could make a surprisingly meaningful difference. And before we begin, if you enjoy simple, practical health tips designed especially for older adults, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps us continue creating reliable, easy-to-follow content that supports healthier, happier aging. Now, let's begin with the first body part, one that works for you every single day, but is rarely given the attention it deserves. Number 1, your tongue. Imagine spending time cleaning every room in your house, dusting the furniture, vacuuming the floors, and polishing the windows, yet forgetting one small corner where dirt quietly collects day after day. At first, it doesn't seem like a big deal. But over time, that forgotten spot becomes the source of unpleasant odors and unwanted germs that can spread throughout the room. Most of us brush our teeth every morning and every night. Some of us floss. Many even use mouthwash. But surprisingly, one of the largest surfaces inside the mouth often receives little or no attention at all. The tongue. Your tongue isn't just there to help you speak, chew, and enjoy your favorite meals. Its textured surface contains countless tiny grooves where food particles, dead cells, and bacteria can settle throughout the day. Even after brushing your teeth, much of that buildup may still remain if the tongue itself isn't cleaned. This isn't only about having fresh breath. When harmful bacteria are allowed to multiply on the tongue, they can contribute to persistent bad breath, irritate the gums, and increase inflammation inside the mouth. Over time, unhealthy gums may provide an easy pathway for bacteria to enter the bloodstream. Researchers continue to study this connection, and growing evidence suggests that good oral hygiene may play a role in supporting heart health, especially as we get older. The good news is that caring for your tongue is simple and takes less than a minute. One of the easiest tools to use is a tongue scraper. If you don't have one, a soft bristled toothbrush can also work. Starting near the back of your tongue, gently move the scraper or brush forward using light pressure. Rinse it, then repeat several times until the surface looks cleaner. There's no need to scrub aggressively. A gentle touch is usually more effective and much more comfortable. The best time to do this is first thing in the morning before breakfast, when bacteria have had hours to build up overnight. If you enjoy an evening routine, a gentle cleaning before bed can also help keep your mouth feeling fresh. Many people notice benefits sooner than they expect. Your breath may stay fresher throughout the day. Foods may begin to taste brighter and more flavorful again because your taste buds are no longer covered by a layer of buildup. Reducing the number of harmful bacteria in your mouth also gives your immune system one less challenge to deal with every single day. Margaret, a 72-year-old grandmother from Oregon, admitted that she had never cleaned her tongue in her entire life. She believed brushing her teeth was enough. After her dental hygienist encouraged her to add tongue cleaning to her morning routine, she was surprised by the change. Within a few weeks, she noticed that her morning coffee tasted richer, fresh fruit seemed sweeter, and her husband commented that her breath was much fresher, without either of them changing toothpaste or mouthwash. If your tongue feels sensitive or you have a strong gag reflex, don't worry. Begin by cleaning only the front half of your tongue for a few days. As you become more comfortable, gradually work a little farther back. Consistency is far more important than trying to clean everything perfectly on the first day. It's also worth paying attention to anything unusual. If you notice persistent white patches, sores that don't heal, or changes in color lasting more than a couple of weeks, it's wise to mention them to your doctor or dentist. Sometimes your tongue can provide early clues that something else in your body deserves attention. And remember, this is only the beginning. The next body part on our list supports your balance, your independence, and every step you take each day. Yet it's one of the most commonly neglected areas of all. Number 2, your feet. Think about the foundation of a beautiful home. You can repaint the walls, replace the roof, and decorate every room. But if the foundation begins to weaken, the entire house eventually feels the effects. Your feet are much like that foundation. They quietly support you every time you stand up from a chair, walk through the grocery store, climb a few steps, or simply make your way across the living room. Yet despite everything they do, they're often one of the most overlooked parts of the body when it comes to daily hygiene. As we grow older, taking care of our feet becomes about much more than comfort. The skin naturally becomes thinner and drier. Blood circulation may slow down, making it harder for small cuts or blisters to heal. For people living with diabetes, even a tiny crack in the skin can become a serious concern if it isn't noticed early. Moisture trapped between the toes can also create an ideal environment for bacteria and fungi to grow, sometimes leading to infections that are surprisingly difficult to get rid of. Fortunately, keeping your feet healthy doesn't require anything complicated. Whenever you shower, take an extra moment to wash your feet intentionally instead of letting soapy water simply run over them. Use warm water and a mild soap, then gently clean the tops of your feet, the soles, your heels, and especially the spaces between each toe. Those small spaces are easy to miss, but they're exactly where sweat and moisture tend to collect. Once your feet are clean, drying them is just as important as washing them. Use a soft towel and gently pat every area dry, paying special attention between the toes. Rubbing too hard can irritate delicate skin, while leaving moisture behind may encourage fungal growth. If the skin on your heels feels dry or rough, apply a small amount of moisturizer to the heels and soles. However, avoid putting lotion between the toes, where extra moisture can do more harm than good. Eleanor, a 74-year-old retired librarian, used to think foot care ended when she stepped out of the shower. She never bothered drying carefully because she assumed her socks would take care of the rest. After developing recurring itching between her toes, her podiatrist suggested a simple change. Wash thoroughly, dry completely, and moisturize only the dry areas. Within a month, the irritation disappeared, and she was surprised by how much more comfortable her daily walks became. As part of your daily routine, take a quick look at your feet before putting on your socks or going to bed. Watch for cuts that aren't healing, unusual swelling, persistent redness, dark spots, thickened nails, or areas that feel unusually warm or cold. These changes don't always signal something serious, but they're worth discussing with your healthcare provider, especially if you have diabetes or circulation problems. Your feet carry you through thousands of steps every single day. Giving them just a few extra minutes of attention is one of the simplest ways to protect your mobility for years to come. And believe it or not, the next body part on our list is one that almost everyone cleans every day, but very few people actually clean the right way. Number 3, your armpits. When most people think about cleaning their underarms, they usually have one goal in mind: preventing body odor. So they quickly wash the area, apply deodorant, and move on with the day. But your armpits are about much more than staying fresh. Just beneath the skin lies a collection of lymph nodes, small structures that are part of your body's lymphatic system. You can think of this system as one of your body's natural housekeeping networks. It helps transport fluid, supports the immune system, and plays an important role in filtering waste as your body carries out its everyday functions. While washing your underarms doesn't detox the body, keeping the skin in this area clean can help prevent irritation, clogged pores, and bacterial overgrowth that may place unnecessary stress on already sensitive skin. As we age, this becomes even more important. The skin under the arms often becomes thinner and more delicate. Sweat, dead skin cells, deodorant residue, and natural oils can gradually build up, especially in skin folds. Over time, this mixture may contribute to irritation, unpleasant odor, ingrown hairs, or small painful bumps that many people simply accept as a normal part of getting older. Fortunately, preventing these problems is surprisingly easy. When you're in the shower, don't rush through this area. Use warm water and a gentle, fragrance-free cleanser whenever possible. With a soft washcloth or simply your fingertips, clean the entire underarm using small circular motions rather than vigorous scrubbing. Pay attention to the natural creases where residue can collect without being noticed. After rinsing thoroughly, gently pat the area dry with a clean towel. Before applying deodorant, allow your skin a minute or two to dry completely. Applying products onto damp skin can sometimes increase irritation, particularly if your skin has become more sensitive over the years. Suzanne, a 69-year-old retired elementary school teacher, had struggled with occasional redness beneath her arms for nearly a year. She assumed she had developed an allergy to every deodorant she tried. During a visit with her dermatologist, she learned that the real problem wasn't the deodorant itself. Layers of product had been building up because she wasn't washing the area thoroughly enough each day. Once she switched to a gentle cleanser and spent a little more time rinsing carefully, the irritation gradually faded, and she no longer felt uncomfortable every time she raised her arms. She found that she needed less deodorant than before because the bacteria responsible for unpleasant odor were no longer accumulating as easily. Instead of trying to cover up odors, she was preventing many of the causes in the first place. This small habit can leave your skin feeling cleaner, reduce friction, lower the chance of clogged pores, and help you stay more comfortable throughout the day. For many older adults, even reducing minor skin irritation can make everyday activities feel noticeably more pleasant. If you notice a lump that doesn't go away, persistent swelling, unusual pain, or redness that continues despite proper hygiene, it's important to have it evaluated by your healthcare provider. Most causes are harmless, but it's always better to check rather than ignore something new. We've now covered 3 surprisingly important areas of the body, and each one takes only a minute or two to care for properly. But the next body part may be the biggest surprise yet. It's something you rely on nearly 20,000 times every single day, and taking better care of it could help you breathe easier, sleep more comfortably, and feel more refreshed from morning to night. Number 4, your nose. Most of us don't think much about our noses unless they become blocked during a cold or allergy season. As long as we can breathe, we assume everything is working just fine. But every single breath you take tells a different story. Before air ever reaches your lungs, your nose goes to work. Tiny hairs, a thin layer of mucus, and delicate tissues inside the nasal passages act as your body's first line of defense. Together, they help trap dust, pollen, bacteria, and other unwanted particles before they travel deeper into your respiratory system. It's an amazing system, but like any filter, it works best when it's kept clean. Over time, especially if you spend time outdoors, live in a dry climate, or run the heat or air conditioner frequently, your nasal passages can collect excess mucus, dust, and other tiny irritants. When that buildup isn't cleared away, you may notice more congestion, dryness, frequent nose irritation, or difficulty breathing comfortably through your nose, particularly at night. For older adults, this can have a bigger impact than many people realize. Breathing through your nose helps warm and humidify the air before it reaches your lungs. When your nose stays congested, you're more likely to breathe through your mouth, which can leave your throat feeling dry, affect sleep quality, and sometimes contribute to louder snoring or restless nights. Fortunately, taking care of your nose is both simple and gentle. One of the easiest habits is using a saline nasal spray once or twice a day if your nose often feels dry or congested. Saline helps loosen mucus while adding moisture to the delicate tissues inside your nose. If you prefer, breathing in warm steam during a shower can provide similar comfort by naturally softening thick mucus and making it easier to clear your airways. When blowing your nose, do so gently. Blowing too forcefully may irritate the nasal passages or create unnecessary pressure in the sinuses. It's usually better to clear one nostril at a time rather than both at once. Harold, a 76-year-old retired mail carrier, believed waking up with a stuffy nose every morning was simply part of getting older. After mentioning it during his annual checkup, his healthcare provider suggested trying a simple saline spray before bed and again after waking up. Within a couple of weeks, Harold noticed he was breathing more comfortably at night, waking less often, and feeling more refreshed in the mornings. Clearer nasal passages may help you breathe more comfortably, sleep more peacefully, reduce irritation caused by dry air, and support the natural defenses that protect your lungs every day. Better breathing can also leave you feeling more energized, simply because your body isn't working as hard to move air where it needs to go. If you experience frequent nosebleeds, ongoing congestion that lasts for weeks, persistent pain around your sinuses, or any unusual discharge, don't ignore those symptoms. They deserve a conversation with your healthcare provider to rule out any underlying condition that may require treatment. We've now looked at 4 body parts that deserve a little extra attention, yet there's one final area that almost no one thinks about. Number 5. Your belly button. Of all the body parts we've talked about today, this one is probably the easiest to forget. For many adults, the belly button simply fades into the background. It doesn't ache, it doesn't usually draw attention to itself, and because it's often covered by clothing, it's easy to assume it doesn't need any special care. But the belly button is actually a small fold of skin where moisture, natural body oils, dead skin cells, and tiny fibers from clothing can quietly collect over time. Unlike the smooth surface of your arms or legs, this little indentation doesn't always get cleaned thoroughly during a quick shower. If left alone for long enough, that buildup may create an unpleasant odor, irritate the surrounding skin, or provide an environment where bacteria and yeast can multiply. As we grow older, regular skin care becomes increasingly important. The skin may become more delicate, and the body's natural ability to recover from minor irritation isn't always as quick as it once was. That's why even a small area like the belly button deserves a little attention as part of your normal hygiene routine. Fortunately, cleaning it is one of the easiest habits you can add. While showering, use warm water with a mild soap and gently wash the inside of your belly button using your fingertip or a soft washcloth. If your belly button is deeper or more difficult to reach, a cotton swab lightly dampened with water can help remove any buildup without irritating the skin. Once you're finished, rinse away any remaining soap and gently dry the area with a clean towel. Leaving moisture behind can encourage unwanted bacterial or fungal growth, so drying is just as important as washing. Carol, a 71-year-old retired florist, never imagined her belly button needed regular cleaning. One summer, she noticed a faint odor that seemed to linger no matter how often she showered. She changed soaps, washed her clothes more frequently, and even replaced her laundry detergent, but nothing seemed to help. During a routine visit, her nurse suggested something she had never considered: cleaning and drying her belly button more carefully. Within days, the odor disappeared, and the mild redness around the area gradually faded. She laughed afterward, saying she couldn't believe such a small habit had solved a problem that had bothered her for months. Although most belly button concerns are minor, it's still important to know when something deserves medical attention. If you notice persistent redness, swelling, increasing pain, bleeding, an unpleasant discharge, or a strong odor that doesn't improve with regular cleaning, don't ignore it. These signs could indicate an infection or another skin condition that should be evaluated by your healthcare provider. This is especially important for people living with diabetes or anyone whose immune system has been weakened, since small skin infections can sometimes become more serious if left untreated. If you have a belly button piercing, even one you've had for many years, it also deserves a little extra care. Jewelry can trap sweat, soap residue, and dead skin, creating places where bacteria may collect. Gently clean around the jewelry, rinse thoroughly, and make sure the area is completely dry before getting dressed. If you notice increasing tenderness, swelling, or drainage around the piercing, it's a good idea to have it checked promptly. As you've seen today, taking better care of your health doesn't always require dramatic changes. Sometimes, it's the small habits we repeat every day that have the greatest impact over the years. Cleaning your tongue, giving your feet a little extra attention, caring for your underarms, keeping your nasal passages comfortable, and remembering your belly button may all seem like simple tasks. Yet together, these small acts can help you stay cleaner, more comfortable, and more aware of changes in your body as you grow older. The best part is that you don't have to change everything overnight. Choose just one of these habits and start with it today. Once it becomes part of your routine, add another. Small, consistent steps are often much easier to maintain, and over time, they can make a meaningful difference in your overall well-being. Now we'd love to hear from you. Which of these 5 body parts surprised you the most? Or which one will you start paying more attention to today? Share your answer in the comments below. Your experience might encourage someone else to take better care of their own health. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and share it with a friend or family member who might benefit from these simple tips. And if you enjoy practical, easy-to-follow advice for healthy aging, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss our next video. Thank you so much for spending your time with us today. Take good care of yourself, stay healthy, and we'll see you in the next video.